Okay, very good morning to all. Now we shall proceed with the lecture, presenting with the screen. Okay, now already we started with the poset, that is partial ordered set. In the last lecture, poset lattice and Boolean algebra, we started a chapter or module. Now we already solved one or two questions on the basis of a partial ordered set. Now moving ahead with the next part, or before we have to start again one more time, I'm going to revise what is a partial ordered set. What is a partial ordered set? A set must be reflexive, antisymmetric, and transitive. Then such a things are known as a partial order. And if a relation is a partial ordered with any relations, then we have to write the relations is represented with AR, if you remember. So the relation must be reflexive, antisymmetric, and a transitive. So these three conditions are important for a poset or partial ordered set. Now, moving ahead with the next part of our syllabus, the definitions which we have to learn. Already I told many times that is that many definitions will going to ask in examinations. So one more definition is linearly ordered set. Linearly ordered set. Always remember, I'm writing here, so you can take a screenshot if you want, or yeah, the recording, like recorded lectures already shared on a Google Classroom as well as on a YouTube. If every pair of elements if every pair of elements in a poset or partial ordered set A is is comparable is comparable then A is called linearly ordered set. Ordered set or chain or totally ordered set. Totally ordered set. So always remember, very simple definition it is. But what is a comparable? What is the meaning of comparable here? So always remember, what is a comparable? I'm just define what is a comparable. So already we saw in a poset, we saw this condition a less than or equal to, means the elements, or we can say that the elements a and b are said to be comparable if a is less than or equal to b, or b is less than or equal to a. So such things are known as a comparable in poset or partial ordered set. Always remember one thing, that is, in partial ordered set every pair of elements need not be comparable. In partial ordered set every pair of elements need not be comparable. So always remember these things. Now moving ahead with the next problems. Already we solved one or two problems on the basis of a poset. So just moving ahead with the next problem. Today's first problem, today's date is 7 8 2020. So the first problems of today's, if E comma R is a poset, then A comma R raised to minus 1 is also a poset. That is, sometime it is known as a dual poset. So we have to define, or we have to prove this part. Solution. Now what are given R is partial ordered on A. To prove that R raised to minus 1 is also partial ordered on A. So one by one we have to prove, that is the three conditions. So the first is we have to define here, that is one by one. A related to A, where all A belongs to capital A. Therefore we can say that R is reflexive. Now A R inverse A means A related to R inverse to A where all A belongs to capital A. Therefore, R inverse is reflexive. R inverse is reflexive. Next, we have to prove that is the antisymmetric. So the second part we have to prove A related to B, comma B related to A. This implies A equal to B. Means R is antisymmetric. R is antisymmetric. Similarly, we have to prove this concept here, that is B related to R inverse of A, comma so A related to R inverse of B. आगे पीछे कैसा भी लिख सकते हो, आपके ऊपर है. Therefore, this implies A equal to B. Therefore, R inverse is anti-symmetric. The last one is the transitive we have to prove. So A related to B, B related to C. Therefore, this implies A related to C. Therefore, R is transitive. R is transitive. Similarly, you can verify here also. A related to R inverse B, B related to R inverse C. Therefore, this implies A related to R inverse of C. So R is R inverse. अभी इनवर्स हमको लिखना है, तो इनवर्स लिखना है तो एक चीज थोड़ा सा ध्यान यहाँ पे रखा हूँ मैं अच्छी तरह से. जनरली अगर ट्रांजिटिव प्रूफ करना है, यहाँ पे मैंने क्यों आगे पीछे लिखा है, because it is inverse. By default, it is inverse. So if I say AB, then inverse it will becomes already BA हो जाएगा. ऑलरेडी मैंने लिख के दिखाया आपको रिलेशन इनवर्स कैसे लिखते हैं. अगर रिलेशंस में ऐसा लिखा हुआ है AB, ये आपका R है, अगर रिलेशन है तो इनवर्स इसका क्या हो जाएगा, B ऑफ A. इसके लिए सिमेट्रिक में ऐसा रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिया गया है. तो ट्रांजिटिव में भी थोड़ा सा रिप्रेजेंटेशन हमको चेंज करना पड़ेगा. इंस्टेड ऑफ दिस पार्ट we have to write something different, like according to this part. So I'm just going to represent this part. C R inverse A, C R inverse, no, C R inverse B, C R inverse B, B R inverse A. Therefore, this implies C R inverse A. और ये हमको ट्रांजिटिव मिलता है. ये हम नहीं लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पे आर इनवर्स के लिए ट्रांजिटिव में. तो ये चीज थोड़ा सा ध्यान में रखना, दिस पार्ट, बिकॉज हम लोग आर इनवर्स देख रहे हैं, आर इनवर्स ले रहे हैं. सो इफ यू सी दैट इज, ये पार्ट है ए रिलेटेड टू बी मीन्स ए कॉमा बी, तो इसका आर इनवर्स क्या होएगा, इसका आर इनवर्स बी रिलेटेड टू ए होना चाहिए, वो चीज यहाँ पे है। सिमिलरली बी रिलेटेड टू सी है हमारा, बी रिलेटेड टू सी, तो इसका आर इनवर्स क्या होएगा, सी रिलेटेड टू बी। Similarly, A related to C is here. So the inverse of this part is C related to A. And this, the whole thing are presents. Therefore, R inverse is transitive. R inverse is transitive. So therefore, R inverse is reflexive. Reflexive में कोई दिक्कत नहीं आएगा क्योंकि A related to A है। Reflexive pair का inverse same ही होता है। सिमेट्रिक में चेंजेस हो गया आपका, A related to B, B related to A. The main condition is A equal to B. So we got A B related to A related to B in inverse. So that we again got A equal to B or B equal to A. Now in transitive, A related to B, B related to C, this implies A related to C for intransitive. But whenever we have to take the inverse of the relations, means A related to B is by default your B related to A, B related to C is your C related to B, and A related to C is your C related to A in inverse function. So according to that inverse function, we write C related to B, B related to A, therefore C related to A in inverse. Therefore R inverse is transitive. Therefore we have to write R inverse is partial order. Therefore A R inverse is a poset. Partial ordered set. Now our sum is finished. Very simple numerical is given. We can solve very easily by taking the basic definitions of a partial ordered set. Now moving ahead with the next numerical. Today's second numerical. If A is less than or equal to and B is less than or equal to are poset, then A into B is less than or equal to is a poset with partial order with partial order less than or equal to defined by what it is defined, please see properly. A comma B is less than or equal to A dash comma B dash. If A is less than or equal to A dash and B is, sorry, A is less than or equal to A dash in A and B is less than or equal to B dash in B. So these are the conditions given. So the reflexive pair is very easily we can prove because A is less than or equal to A and B is less than or equal to B. So it is a very easily we can prove or verify. So one by one we have to prove. solution. The question is a very easy, because if A is less than or equal to B is less than or equal to our poset, means these two are the partial order sets, then we have to prove product of this, or the Cartesian product of this A into B is a poset with partial ordered, that is, a relation is defined less than or equal to defined by according to this condition. So this condition we have to verify in reflexive, symmetric and transitive relation. So one by one we have to prove. The first one we have to prove is reflexive. Reflexive. So let A comma B belongs to A into B. A into B. Therefore, we can say that A is less than or equal to A in A, because it is clearly mentioned here in a question, that is A is less than or equal to A dash in A and B is less than or equal to B dash in B. So the first element is by default belongs to, that is a set A, and the second element is by default belongs to set B. So according to that concept, we have to write A is less than, because we are proving reflexive. So when we are taking A, then its reflexive will become the relation will be the same elements. So A is less than or equal to A in A. Similarly, we have to write here and B is less than or equal to B in B, because the second element, or already we saw, that is a Cartesian product of the set. So according to that, the first element belong to the first and the second element belong to the second set. So A is less than or equal to A in A and B is less than or equal to B in B. So according to that, we can write A comma B is less than or equal to A comma B, because A comma B is less than or equal to A comma B. Therefore, less than or equal to is reflexive. Is reflexive. Now the first part is prove. Second, we have to prove that is anti-symmetric here. That is anti-symmetric. Let A comma B comma A dash comma B dash belongs to A into B and and A comma B is less than or equal to A dash B dash and A dash comma B dash is less than or equal to A comma B. So the condition is, please try to understand, that is let A comma B and A dash comma B dash belongs to A into B. We have to prove the antisymmetric. So what is the antisymmetric? In a simple, simply relation, that is A is less than B or equal to B, therefore B is also less than or equal to A. This is our main condition of antisymmetric. Whatever the relation is given, relation is less than or equal to is given. So similarly, we have to define A comma B is less than or equal to A dash comma B dash. Therefore, A dash comma B dash is also less than or equal to A comma B. So we have to verify or justify this things. So one by one we have to prove according to the given condition. What is the given condition? A is less than or equal to A dash in A and B is less than or equal to B dash in B. So according to, by using that concept, we have to utilize this. So one by one we have to write A is less than or equal to A dash comma B is less than or equal to B dash and A dash is less than or equal to A and B dash is less than or equal to B. So by first condition, that is A comma B is less than or equal to A dash B dash, it is clearly given if this condition is satisfied. So by using for this part we return these things by using these conditions, and for the second part A dash comma B dash is less than or equal to A comma B, we return according to this concept. Now one by one we have to prove check whether this part is defined or clear or not. So A is less than or equal to A dash comma, I'm writing this part here, so A dash is less than or equal to A and B is less than or equal to B dash and B dash is less than or equal to B. Just we adjust A part on the same side and B part on the B and B dash part on the same side. So if this condition is satisfied, मतलब क्या? देखो मैंने अभी प्रीवियसली ऊपर ही हमने सॉल्व किया था ये चीज, आर इनवर्स को हमको प्रूफ करना था एंटीसिमेट्रिक में। अगर ए रिलेटेड टू बी है, बी रिलेटेड टू है, मतलब ए इक्वल टू बी, अभी रिलेशन वहां पे लेस देन और इक्वल टू है, रिलेशन कुछ भी रहेगा तो इक्वल टू बी है। सिमिलरली अगर उल्टा है कंसेप्ट, that is b r inverse to a and a r inverse to b, then we again return that is a equal to b. So this implies what? According to these things, agar a is related to a less than or equal to a dash and a dash is less than or equal to a dash, अगर ये दोनों कंडीशन है, इसका मतलब क्लियरली दिखा रहा है आपको कि a is equal to a dash है। And similarly according to these conditions we can write b is equal to b dash या a dash is equal to a dash, a लिख सकते हो। This means what? A comma b is equal to a dash comma b dash, and which is belongs to in a into b, a into b. Therefore we can write this part is less than or equal to relation is anti-symmetric. Anti-symmetric. Moving ahead with the next part, transitive. Now transitive, A related to B, B related to C, therefore A related to C. This is the basic definition of transitive. But here we are to represent by A comma B and A dash comma B dash. So one by one I'm just representing this part for a transitive. A comma B, A dash comma B dash कॉमा ए डबल डैश कॉमा बी डबल डैश। जैसे ये पूरा ए कंसिडर कर लो, ये पूरा बी, ये सी, तो ए रिलेटेड टू बी रिलेटेड टू सी, therefore what, a related to c, so we have to write belongs to a into b, belongs to a into b। याद रखो ट्रांसिटिव पेयर अगर ऐसे इस फॉर्मेट में आपको लिखना है तो इसी तरह लिखना रहेगा आपको, a is less than or equal to b, or instead of this part we have to write a related to b related to c, therefore a related to c, जो हमारा ट्रांजिटिव का डेफिनेशन है। यहाँ पे रिलेशन लेस देन और इक्वल है, यहाँ पे ए मतलब पूरा ये पार्ट आपके लिए कंसिडर हुआ जा रहा है, तो ये चीज़ पे अच्छी तरह से ध्यान रखो। फिर उसके बाद फर्स्ट एलिमेंट के साथ है। नाउ मूविंग अहेड विद दिस पार्ट with the given conditions. So I'm just writing and a comma b is less than or equal to a dash comma b dash comma a dash comma b dash is less than or equal to a double dash comma b double dash, therefore we have to prove, प्रूफ का कंसेप्ट क्या है हमारे लिए, दैट इज a comma b is less than or equal to a double dash comma b double dash। यही हमारा मेन मोटिव है। जैसे मैंने बताया ए रिलेटेड टू बी, अभी ए मतलब पूरा ये ब्रैकेट आपके लिए होता है, तो ए कॉमा बी इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू मतलब ये रिलेशन है आपका ए डैश बी डैश, then a dash b dash is less than or equal to means is related to a double dash b double dash, and lastly a comma b is less than or equal to means it's related with a double dash b double dash। One by one we have to prove this part. Already we solved such a things. This means what? Already the condition is clearly given in a questions. So don't get anything confused regarding this. A comma B is less than or equal to A dash B dash means if A is less than or equal to A dash in A and B is less than or equal to B dash in B, तो वही कंडीशंस को यूटिलाइज करना है आपको और सॉल्व करना है इस क्वेश्चन। So this means A is less than or equal to A dash and B is less than or equal to B dash, and similarly here also define A dash is less than or equal to A double dash comma, or we have to write directly and B dash is less than or equal to B double dash। सो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस देखो ये कॉन्सेप्ट से आप ये दोनों चीज को देखो, अगर ए एक एलिमेंट है वो लेस देन और इक्वल टू ए डैश से है और वो ए डैश लेस देन और इक्वल टू ए डबल डैश से, मतलब कोई अदर एलिमेंट से, इसका मतलब ये दोनों कंडीशन आपका क्या शो कर रहा है, और वी कैन से दैट if any element is less than the second element and that second element is less than or equal to that third element, this implies what, this implies clearly that is a is less than or equal to a double dash। ये कंडीशन और ये कंडीशन आपको क्लियरली डिफाइन कर रहा है कि a लेस देन और इक्वल टू आएगा a डबल डैश के, एंड सिमिलरली सेकेंड कंडीशन भी उसी तरह डिफाइन कर रहा है b इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू b डबल डैश, b डबल डैश। देयरफॉर इसको अभी हम लोग रिलेशन के उस फॉर्म में लिख देंगे। तो ये तो फर्स्ट कंप्लीटली, तो वी हैव टू राइट a कॉमा b is less than or equal to A डबल डैश कॉमा B डबल डैश, और यही हमको प्रूफ करना था जो चीज़ हमने मैंने यहाँ पे साइड में लिखा था. देयरफॉर द रिलेशन लेस देन और इक्वल टू इज ट्रांजिटिव. Transitive. Therefore, the relation less than or equal to is a partial order relation on A into B. Therefore, A comma B, sorry, A into B comma less than or equal to is a poset. Is a poset. So this is our question, and we solved because it is a very easy question. One more time, I'm going to explain this problem. So the question is, if A is less than or equal to, B is less than or equal to are the posets, then we have to prove that is that their product is also a poset with partial order, that is a less than or equal to defined by. The condition is given A comma B is less than or equal to A dash comma B dash. This means A is less than or equal to A dash in A and B is less than or equal to B dash in B. So the first we have to prove that is a reflexive. Whenever we have to prove a reflexive means we have to relate with the same element. So A is less than or equal to A in A and B is less than or equal to B in B. So the condition is clearly satisfied here. That is A comma B is less than or equal to is related with A comma B. Therefore this part is reflexive. Similarly, the second part is we have to prove that is an antisymmetric. So for the antisymmetric, please remember that is if A related to B and B related to A is there, this means A equal to B. But here it is not. A and B are clearly given. That is, we have to define that is A comma B, A inverse comma A dash comma B dash belongs to that product A into B. Therefore, and that this is the relation of symmetric is defined here. That is, if these things happen, then this is also true. Therefore, A comma B is less than or equal to A dash comma B dash, and A dash comma B dash is also less than A comma B. So according to that given conditions, we define that is A is less than or equal to A dash in A. Similarly, B is less than or equal to B dash in B. If these things are possible, then this is also possible. That is A dash is less than or equal to A, and A is A, and B dash is less than or equal to B from the second this part. So from these things, if you observe, this is A is less than or equal to A dash, and A dash is less than or equal to A dash. So we just write in the same side. Similarly, we just kept B is less than B dash and B dash is less than B at the other side. So if the two conditions are satisfied, or these two conditions are in any relation, this means both are the equal. Therefore, we return that is A is equal to A dash and B is equal to B dash. Therefore, A comma B and A dash B dash in A into B. Now, this is anti-symmetric. This is known as a anti-symmetric. Now, moving ahead with this transitive pair. Transitive pair means always remember A related to B, B related to C, therefore A related to. But here A means A comma B means A dash comma B dash, and C means A double dash comma B double dash. So we just define that is, and the relation is clearly mentioned, that is a less than or equal to. So A comma B is less than or equal to A dash comma B dash. Whatever the relation is defined means according to the transitive we just mentioned, and this part we have to prove. These two things are given, so by using this concept, by using these two conditions, we have to prove this part. So again we start with the given conditions. A is less than or equal to A dash in A, and B is less than or equal to B dash in B. Similarly here A dash and A double dash, अगर इसमें ये condition possible है तो इसमें भी condition possible ही है. Therefore we return that is A dash is less than or equal to A double dash, and B dash is less than or equal to B double dash. And we observe in mathematics, or according to mathematics, if 1 is less than 2 and 2 is less than 3, not equal, I'm taking conditions. If 1 is less than 2 and 2 is less than 3, means we can write 1 is less than 3. Therefore by using that concept, A is less than or equal to A dash, and A dash is less than or equal to A double dash. By using this concept we return that is A is less than or equal to A double dash. Similarly B is less than or equal to B double dash. Therefore, therefore, A comma B is less than or equal to A double dash comma B double dash. Therefore, that relation less than or equal to is a transitive relation, and it is known as a partial order relation on A into B. Therefore, A into B is a partial ordered set. So always remember this question, or always remember the concept. What is exactly a concept? Concept क्या है? This is important. Now moving ahead with the next part of our topic, that is a very important topic, Hasse diagram. Hope that you are satisfied with the questions, whatever I solved. If anyone having any doubts regarding partial ordered set, or how we can verify or prove partial ordered set, you can go ahead with your doubts or with your questions, so that I will clarify your doubts. Anyone? Anyone having any questions or any queries regarding the partial order sets? If facing, you can go ahead with your questions or with your doubts, so that I will explain one more time what is a partial ordered set, or what are the things, or what are the relations involved in a partial ordered set. So please go with your questions or with your doubts. And if no doubts, you can just comment on the chat box. That is a no doubts, so that I will proceed with the next part of our topic, that is a Hasse diagram. That is the most important part of our syllabus. 101% for 8 marks questions belongs to this part. So please go ahead with your queries, or if no queries, then just write in a chat box, that is a no doubts or no queries. Please go fast, because already only 10 to 12 minutes are remaining. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Proceeding with the next part, that is Hasse diagram. Hasse diagram of a poset. So always remember, I'm just proving with the examples. So one more time, I will just explain the definition. The diagram of a partial order relation can be simplified, and such a simplified graph of a partial ordered is called Hesse diagram. When the partial ordered is a total order, its Hesse diagram is a straight line, and the corresponding poset is called a chain. So now I'm just going taking one example, so you will understand how to draw. Just like if you remember, that is a Warshall algorithm. The procedure I never explain. Only I taken one examples, and according to that examples, I explain the procedure. So just here again, I'm going to explain the procedure by taking a one small example so that you will understand very well. So suppose A is equal to set is given 1, 2, 3, and the relation is defined R is equal to 1, 1, 1, 2, or 2, 2, 3, 3, then 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3. So this is a relation is clearly defined. Now first we have to draw a diagram. Already I explained about the diagram, how to draw a diagram. So whatever the relation is given, by using that relations we can draw the diagram. So just taking 1, 2, 3. So 1, 1 is there, 2, 2 is there, 3, 3 is. Now 1 to 2 is there. So we have to draw, that is a 1 to 2. Then 2 to 3 is there. 1 to 3 is there. Now 1 to 1 is there, means reflexive is there. 2 to 2 is there, and 3 to 3 is there. So hope these things are clear how we draw a diagram here. Has the diagrams procedure is there. So first whatever the relation is given, you have to go with the diagram. Relations को diagrams में convert करो. उसके बाद the second procedure is, this is the first step, that is we draw the diagram by using the relations. In a second step, always remember, I'm just representing the chemistry type, remove reflexive pair. Or remove reflexive relation. So it will be a good. इसमें से रिफ्लेक्सिव रिमूव कर दोगे आप तो बचेगा क्या, देखो 1, 2, 3. होप थिंग्स आर क्लियर. फर्स्ट स्टेप डायग्राफ ड्रॉ किया. सेकेंड स्टेप, दिस इज माई सेकेंड स्टेप. उसमें से रिफ्लेक्सिव रिलेशंस जो थे उसको मैंने रिमूव कर दिया. नाउ द नेक्स्ट वन इज रिमूव ट्रांजिटिव पेयर. अब इसमें से भी ट्रांजिटिव पेयर को आपको रिमूव करना है. ट्रांजिटिव पेयर कौन सा है, देखो 1 to 2, 2 to 3, देयरफॉर 1 to 3. 1 to 3 ये वाला जो पार्ट है इसको हमको रिमूव करना है अभी. तो ये पार्ट आपको रिमूव करना है, ना कि पूरा 1 to 2, 2 to 3 और 1 to 3. ये देखो 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 1 to 3 है तो इसके वजह से ट्रांजिटिव हो रहा है. तो 1 to 3 वी हैव टू रिमूव हियर. सो वी विल गेट व्हाट अगेन 1, 2 and 3. So you will getting 1 2 2 2 2 3 1 2 3 रिमूव कर दिया ट्रांजिटिव पेयर। इसमें से रिफ्लेक्सिव प्रूव किया था, रिमूव किया था 1 1 रिमूव किया था 2 2 और 3 3। इसमें से आपने 1 2 3 रिमूव किया है। एंड द लास्ट स्टेप हमेशा अपवर्ड खींचने का, इसको अपवर्ड मतलब ऊपर की तरफ जाए ये पार्ट। तो ये पार्ट अगर देखोगे तो ये स्ट्रेट कर सकते हो आप, तो सीधा अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में हो जाएगा, जस्ट लाइक वन एज इट इज। और बाद में एरो निकाल देने का, इसको मैं 2 दे देता हूँ और वो सर्कल भी निकाल देने का, और ये 3 देता हूँ। तो आई एम जस्ट रिप्रेजेंटिंग दिस पार्ट। सो 1 2 3, और ये हमारा सम, ये हमको ऐसे डायग्राम मिलता है। ऐसा डायग्राम ये करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। दिस इज़ आवर फाइनल हैसे डायग्राम। देखो अच्छे तरह से समझो। फर्स्ट जो भी रिलेशन है उसको डायग्राफ में कन्वर्ट करो, फिर रिफ्लेक्सिव पेयर सभी रिमूव कर दो। रिफ्लेक्सिव पेयर रिमूव करने के बाद जो डायग्राफ आता है कैपेसिटी, उसमें से जो ट्रांजिटिव पेयर है उसको रिमूव करोगे तो 1 2 1 2 3 जो आपका था वो ट्रांजिटिव पेयर था, उसको आपने रिमूव कर दिया, जिससे आपको नेक्स्ट डायग्राफ मिलता है यहाँ पे। दिस इज माई थर्ड स्टेप। एंड द लास्ट वन यू हैव टू वॉट एवर द डायग्राफ इज रिमेनिंग। अब ये रिमेनिंग है तो इसको हम लोग क्या करेंगे, अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन की तरफ करेंगे, मतलब ऐसा ऊपर की तरफ, ऐसा 3 को पकड़ के ऐसा लटका दो तो completely this part will becomes in a down and it will show like a straight line। एक लाइन की तरह आपको डिफाइन कर दिया होगा 1 2 3 क्लियरली। और ये आपका फाइनली हैसे डायग्राम है। सो होप थिंग्स आर प्रोसीजर आपको समझ में आया है। नेक्स्ट लेक्चर जब भी हम लेंगे तो उसमें इसके ऊपर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे, देन डेफिनेटली यू विल अंडरस्टैंड how to draw a Hesse diagram. If anyone having any queries regarding Hesse diagram, so you can go ahead with your queries or doubts or questions, so that I will solve your queries and doubts. And if no doubts, we'll proceed with the attendance part. Okay, so don't left. I'm just taking the attendance, and after attendance, please left. Just wait. So no doubts. I'm considering that is a no doubts in a Hesse diagram as well, like the POSET. We solved 2 questions on the POSETs, and just I explain the procedure of a Hesse diagram. Simple procedure is there. Whatever the relation, जो भी relation, अभी यहाँ पे R के फॉर्म में है, हो सकता है मैट्रिक्स फॉर्म में रहता, मैट्रिक्स फॉर्म में है तो भी उसको पहले डायग्राफ के फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करोगे। वो डायग्राफ आप उसको में से रिफ्लेक्सिव रिलेशन रिमूव करके एक नया डायग्राफ आपको मिलेगा। उसमें से ट्रांजिटिव पेयर आपको रिमूव करना है, जिससे आपको एक अदर डायग्राफ मिलेगा। थर्ड स्टेप में जो भी डायग्राफ आपको मिलता है वो डायग्राफ को आप अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन करोगे। क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा। अभी यहाँ पे कैसा 1 2 3 था तो क्लियरली दिख रहा है कि एक अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन हमको दिख रहा है या चेन का इन दिख रहा है। बट अदर थोड़े से और कॉम्प्लिकेटेड क्वेश्चन आएंगे तो वहाँ पे समझ में आएगा कि अपवर्ड में क्रॉस भी हो सकता है। लेकिन कैसा है, यहाँ पे कोई कंडीशंस नहीं दी गई थी, तो कंडीशंस जब दिया जाएगा कि लेस देन और इक्वल टू या ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल टू और डिविजिबल बाय और समथिंग और मल्टीपल्स, तो और इजीली क्लियरली अंडरस्टैंडिंग होता है। बट यहाँ पे सिंपल रिलेशन था, इसके वजह से हमको यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली ये लाइन मिल रहा है। बट इफ द कंडीशनल इज गिवन तो हमको समझ में आएगा कि 1 ऊपर रहना चाहिए या 3 ऊपर रहना चाहिए या 2 ऊपर रहना चाहिए। वो उस वक्त अच्छी तरह से आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग होगा। जस्ट आई एक्सप्लेन हियर अबाउट the procedure of Hasse diagram. So again, one last time I'm repeating. First, you have to draw the diagram, then uh, remove all reflexive pairs, then remove all transitive pairs, and at the last, make in a upward directions. लास्ट में एरो रिप्रेजेंट निकाल देना है, सिर्फ डॉट से रिप्रेजेंट करना है, और सर्कल रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ 1 2 3 जस्ट लाइक it is given, you have to remove and just represent with the dot. With now, just wait, taking the attendance. Okay, so now you can left, or you can proceed with the other lectures. Thank you. See you tomorrow.